Hello again, welcome back to the Unloved JDM channel. So there is so much to go through right now and I don't honestly know where to start. So I'm going to start with this one that's behind me. So if you guys have been watching this channel for a while, give or take a year, you'll have seen this thing in the background so many times, and some people have asked me what's going on with it and what the plan is with it. Now, some people have also asked me if they can buy it, but the answer to that is no. There's a deal already done on this car, it's already got plans and it's already got its owner lined up to take it home. What's happening is there is, as I've said once, twice before, there's a turbo build happening on it, which is going to happen starting from, well, in real life today. You won't see all of that in this video, though you'll see it in the next one. But we're actually going to make a start on this and get it built and then get it back to where it lives. So that's that one recapped. It actually is a really lovely car. It looks amazing. It just needs a lot more go, unfortunately. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with that. But yeah, there's a lot to do to it. We've got a full turbo kit for it, as in like not one of those eBay kits that people see with them. One of the actual kits that I've assembled with brand new parts, brand new turbo, which I might show you very shortly, or I might show you in the next one. Is to have injectors and all that kind of stuff done to it as well. So there's a lot to do, if I'm honest, but it's worth it. It'll be a good car once it's built. I'll give you a proper look at the car and then we'll move on to the next subject. Right then, so next one in hand is going to be the Skyline. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. Last night we were struggling to get the front bumper to fit, and long story short, we realised that it doesn't actually fit this car, despite the fact that it came with it 2 years ago, and it's been sat around ever since, sort of stretched out and twisted and all sorts of stuff. So we're having issues making it fit, and if I stand in the right place, you won't see what's wrong straight away, but I'll show you. So trying to get this front end fit has been a lot of fun, as you do with fiberglass pretty much every time. We've still got a bit to do in the sense of the arch still sticks out there. It's on there, the bonnet fits and lines up. James has done a pretty good job doing that. You see a bit of colouring in there is where the shape of the bumper once again tucks in too much of the wheel. Yes, it's going to be so many more inches closer together, but we don't like how that body line sits, so that's going to be done as well. There is going to be a complete video coming out on this thing as well pretty soon, so you can see a lot more about it, but you will get to see some stuff in this video as well. But this is what I was talking about. So the only way I could get this bumper to fit is by quite drastically chopping it in half. Yes, that was a daunting task. No, I didn't want to do it, but we did it and it's actually worked out pretty well. Trying to get the actual thing to sort of pull in on itself across the front of the car wasn't happening. Trying to get it into the wheel arch line, trying to get it to line up with the headlight just wasn't there. So once we cut it in half, as you can tell by this, it's actually moved. We've heated this thing up and moved it and stretched it and all sorts. It's actually moved across by at least that distance from where it's intended to fit. And the other side will do the same, because this essentially now will be too far over. And obviously if we were to get that one to fit right now, that would again come across and overlap it, which is not really any use to anybody. So we've got to remake all that kind of stuff. Seats are back out of it just because it's having some welding done underneath and I didn't want to set anything on fire. So all that can pretty much go back into it, as you say. You'll see all this in the next video anyway, which is going to be the Skyline Zone video. But that is where we're at for the moment on that one. Now, moving on. All right, so almost forgetting there's actually a few things. There's a couple more things to go over even. This is filmed on Friday, and on Monday's May the 1st bank holiday, and if you've seen it, you already know what I'm talking about. We are holding a family fun day. It's completely open for everybody. It's not just like a car show like the usual stuff. We're trying to like branch out a little bit more and get to speak to a bit more general public and just put a message across a little bit, which is this year's mission statement, I suppose you could say. So as I said, that's happening on Monday, and there's a link to that in this description below. And also, another thing I want to talk about while I've got your attention, the like clothing and stuff like that, all the hoodies and stuff. We have been playing with the idea of sweatshirts instead of just hoodies. If that's something you are interested in, we are looking to drop them pretty soon to the public. But just if you're interested in those, just drop a comment below and just let me know. A little bit of feedback, a little bit of market research, just so I know that what people are after essentially. Right, the main event of this video. Now, I said when I got this car that I didn't know what I was going to do with it, didn't know what it was for, didn't know anything. It was just a case of it was there, it was local, so I bought it, which is how it goes, even if it's not local. Well, sort of gives it away really, doesn't it? The FTO. Now, we've joked for a long time, and people have asked, and conversations have been had about giving away another car in the sense of like a raffle, which is what we did, if you're watching the channel for a long time, 2 years ago with the grey one that we found and built. The decision's been made that we're going to do the same, essentially, with this one. Now, there's a lot of ins and outs in this, there's a lot of terms and conditions and stuff like that. All of that will be available on our website, which is that one there. And then what's going to happen is you'll be able to go on, all the tickets are £5 each. You can buy, I can't remember what the number is off the top of my head. There's a limit on how many you can buy, and there's no like physical ticket. You're just given like a random number, and this will be put into the generator, which will be done on a live draw at the end of May. Again, all of the terms and conditions and stuff will be on our website when you can buy tickets, which is, if you've seen this video, the tickets are out there now, so go help yourself. And then from there, everything will carry on for the next month. We've got a few little bits and pieces that we want to do to it between then and now, just to sort of sort it all out. When we got it, there was a bunch of teething problems, little stuff like that, just to get it right, livable for everyday sort of purpose. There's still a couple of little bits I want to do to it, and there's a couple of little bits I want to modify and play with on it, because it's simple things like boot lock's missing, bricks in the car, rear fog light's missing, but again, that's in the car. What I can tell is whoever painted it, when they did it, it was purely just not completely put back together, and frankly, we've all been there, we know what it's like. And it had a bunch of overspray on it. So we may even go into a little bit of paint work, but we will see how the next month goes. Because overall, and if anybody's been out to the meets, you'll know yourselves, it is actually quite a nice straight car that drives super well. So, as I said, that is going to be the situation. So it's going to go for one of you lot to win for a £5. Now, another thing I must talk about is, last time there was a lot of comeback on the idea of you were able to win it for free. I don't think a lot of people understood what that meant. That doesn't mean that you enter for free. It means if you win it, it's free. There's a difference. So again, all the terms are out there. All the things are on our website. Go read them. Go help yourself to that. It's £5 a ticket. You can have X amount of tickets, whatever I say, whatever I've written on the thing, and that's that. If you do win once again, you will receive your money back. So the ticket that wins you £5 will be back. So you will technically have this car for free. That's how that works. I recapped this so many times last time, and some people didn't quite understand it, but that's the truth. That's how it works. That's where this one's going as well. So with that in mind, I'm going to give you a good look around the car from the video we shot a little while ago, and I'll come back and we'll move on from there. Righto, so we've got a fair bit of stuff laying around for this, and I think there's either some more up there somewhere, or there's still some bits I need to order. I think there is actually still some bits I may need to order, but we're going to start here, and then in the next video we'll actually start putting it on the car. As I hinted at before, there's a full set of injectors. These are all brand new, these are all half decent. We haven't actually worked with anybody on this build, we've just bought everything that we need to buy, basically. Straightforward as that. So, full set of injectors there. Ooh. Yep. Nice new air filter there. It smells a bit weird, but this could be an installer. This is an installer. So the idea is, with this thing, it's not a massive intercooler, because we're not running massive power. We're only going to run wastegate pressure on it, because we're not opening the engine up to build the inside of it or anything extreme like that. But it just needs a little bit more go and a little bit of boost behind it. So we've got that to go in it. So there was a bunch of options on little different turbos and different wastegate setups and stuff like that, but idea we went with is a trusty TD04. Once again, brand new. We didn't want to go for a second-hand one or anything like that, so went for that. These have actually got pretty good feedback on them, and once again, all brand spanking new, so it should be pretty good on the car. The beauty about this thing is there's so much space down this side, so essentially that's going to live somewhere there with a little bit of plumbing up and down and stuff like that, but that will fill that space quite nicely. There is somewhere in amongst these packages a manifold for it as well. So this one is the downpipe for it, and I'll be honest, I don't expect this to just fit straight away, but I'm quite happy to cut it and weld it wherever I need to. So it's got the right flange on it, it's got the right fitment for the turbo, so that in the back of there coming straight down, and then we've just got to mate it up to whatever somebody's already put under there. That'll be that. So this is the brand new stainless steel header for it. I believe these were made to order because this took forever to come for whatever reason. And then that goes straight onto there. It does have the opportunity to have an external wastegate, but we may actually just cap that off and just run the like a boost, a dump valve on it, just like normal essentially, because that just works. But we'll try that as we go along. As I say, we may cap that off, but that's quite a nice looking little piece. A bunch of brand new intercooler pipes. Issue I've thought of is these are 3-inch pipes, and I might actually end up changing my plan on that a little bit. Instead of going 3-inch, we might actually go down to 2.5 to match what the outlets are on the intercooler and the outlet on the turbo. Plus trying to get 3 inches to mate up around there. Might be a little bit tight, but we'll see. We'll try it as we fixings and fittings and whatever else, and bracketry for whatever reason. I'm not going to take all that out there because I don't know what it is. Fuel cut defender. That's another thing that you need on these things. To ensure the factory ECU doesn't just cut the fuel while you're doing it and then it runs lean and essentially blows it up, because obviously you don't want that. So that's got to be fitted and installed on it as well. And we've also got to run a return line for the fuel system as well. And then this one should, I think, there we go. So that, I think, is, yes it is, that's the oil feed pipe for the turbo. So that can go on there. There may still be a couple of little things that I'm going to end up being missing, but essentially the main ingredients are there, being the intercooler, the turbo, the manifold, so we can start putting that together. And that's what we're going to start today, but you won't see that next video. That'll be in the next video. So, to recap, make sure you've got your tickets for the FTO if you're interested in that. Make sure you subscribe to see this happen, the FTO work happen, the Skyline work happen, and everything that follows, because there's even more that you don't know about yet. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and if you are subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one.